Welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena. We are here for the second Overwatch match of the night as we are in the Mountain West League now. Boise State ready to take on Air Force. We'll see if they can get their second win of the night, go 2 for 2 in this game, which is going to be a little bit shorter than the last one. This Mountain West match is going to be a best of 3 in Overwatch, so it could be a very quick match indeed. We're going to have to see how it turns out as we're back on desk with me, your host, Jacob Palmer. I'm joined by Bryce Jensen as my co-host. Now, Bryce, we're having a little bit of a shake-up in the lineup right now. Tell us what the changes are, who's out and who's in.
Yeah, currently we are going to be seeing the same lineup as last time, but with one very crucial difference. We're going to be seeing Strider taking a leave for this set of games, and Diamond Dog is going to be in his stead. And it's not going to be Diamond Dog on the tank. It is going to be Clear, who was actually a off-tank main in Overwatch 1. Plays a lot of Winston, a lot of those dive characters. So it should be interesting to see how that all shakes out tonight, especially with the success that Strider's been having on some of those dive characters as well.
Well, also not just the fact that he was an off-tank way back then, but even more recently with his route in various pro leagues as well, he has mainly been a tank player there. So it is a role that certainly isn't a foreign territory to him. He should be able to play this very well, especially if he follows Doc's keys to the game in Overwatch, and that's never to take a fair fight, and that'll mean to take fights in unexpected places when your opponents are unprepared. Try to build up as much tempo as you can possibly get. All brought to you by Blue Ribbon Painting. With over 90 years of combined experiences, they're proud to be Boise's go-to team of local multi-generational painters who know exactly how to level up your home. If you're ready to transform your space, you can go to blueribbonpainting.net to schedule your free estimate. Getting ready to head into the first round of this best of 3. Boise State going up against Air Force, this time starting out on Antarctic Peninsula.
I hope we see Icebreaker first, because that is, I mean, what we are currently looking at is Icebreaker, and in my opinion, it is the most aesthetically pleasing. You got the nice yellow to break up all the blue, and it's just a nice one to look at.
You're saying it's the perfect icebreaker to the...
Yeah, it is a great icebreaker.
It's literally the icebreaker to the match.
It is.
Well, with this custom camera work that we're seeing here, I think that is confirmation enough that Icebreaker will be starting us out here on Antarctic.
Yay.
It's your trolley.
It is my trolley, yes. Except instead of a small,
it's just a
small unmanned train,
yeah.
It's a giant boat. But it'll be interesting to see what gets played here. This is the opening match for a very notorious strategy that's been going through OWCS right now. So it'll be interesting to see if that gets played here as well. But from the looks of things, a Pharah Mercy comp is going to be being played on one side, and of course it's the Broncos breaking out the Pharmacy. Daydream on the Mercy and Diamond Dog on the Pharah. Girl power, if you would call it.
Well, let's just see how it works out. Diamond Dog, no stranger to big damage DPSs, often can be seen on the Sojourn as well. As Air Force is getting pushed back into their own spawn, Boise State basically taking the first point for hardly anything.
Yeah, the Sigma into the D.Va is a little bit harder. You can get a lot of overhealth from the Kinetic Grasp. However, it's also really hard to push forward, but Phoenix getting the pick on Daydream. That is not only a support, but also a resurrection gone from Boise State, but then a pick on Amethyst. That is not boding well for Air Force. Maxwell and Clear, though, both on very low HP, but Hex is luckily still alive to get the healing off on the rest of the team. Ana trying to pick out from the side of Air Force. Phoenix looking to find similar success to what they found on Daydream, but no such luck is to be found.
They're trying to find his next target. Diamond Dog comes on through with the double on the Pharah. We were waiting for that Pharah Mercy to slam on in. Although not actually being pocketed by the Mercy. We got the Mercy pocket on the Echo for right now. So it's really both the mid-air heroes. Either one could be boosted by the Mercy. That's a double air threat. I wonder if this is also simply, since we're fighting against Air Force, we're like going for the airborne strategy right now.
We could call this the dogfight.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, you have D.Va who can fly, you have Echo who can fly.
You have Juno who can. Okay, this is intentional. I mean, really, this is sending a statement.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Kenny Naya is going to fall very early to Maxwell. So Kinetic Grasp is used, but the duplication comes out, gets to Sigma, and May is the first to fall. Sigma being pushed right back into his own spawn. Duplicate is burned, but this is very dominant showing from Boise State so far.
Just one more possible chance for Air Force to bring this back. They're looking at a Blizzard and a Nano Boost, but in goes the self-destruct from Clear. Doesn't get anybody.
Oh, the Orbital Ray comes out and trying to reciprocate with the Blizzard, but nothing comes out of it. Kinetic Grasp goes through, getting quite a bit of overhealth, and the Nano Boost also goes. Phoenix is still alive, but is quickly cut down by Daydream on the Battle Mercy.
Battle Mercy.
Maxwell finishing off Amethyst, and that finishes off round 1 of this map.
Yeah, that was very cheeky by the Broncos.
Man, I think the one thing we didn't really see was like a super hard commit to Battle Mercy. I mean, we saw one kill on the Ana who was super low. I mean, we got to see a Valkyrie and a Nano Boost get used just for the purpose of Battle Mercy. I mean, you have such a big hitbox when it comes to the Mercy pistol that you might as well make use of it.
Well, I think now we know where we need to go now. We need to see the full Battle Mercy here on Labs.
Yes. I don't know if they can hear me on stage, but a Pharah, not a Pharah, a Mercy with Nano Boost. I think that would be what you guys need.
Yeah, there you go.
To win. I think that would guarantee victory. But I mean, a Pharah Mercy's cool too. We don't see that super often. Here we go into round 2, on to Labs, and we are trying to, and it looks like Broncos are going to take the high ground early. Sigma, Amethyst trying to find a way to contest. The creation comes out, but nothing comes out of it. And the anti-grenade gets eaten as well. Pharah, Diamond Dog trying to find something here, getting quite a bit of poke damage, but nothing really getting there. But Maxwell finishing off Gray Raven, the only source of hit scan besides for Kanaya, but he's pretty busy on his own. TJ goes down as well, and Kanaya, hunted down by D.Va, is going to go down. Clear, basically playing like a fighter jet here, which I believe is just insulting to the Air Force name.
I mean, at this point, Clear is just firing long range with the D.Va left, but goes on in and gets Gray Raven as well.
And he eats the biotic grenade from Ana, too. Oh, no counterplay to the D.Va, who's just up in your face the entire time. And from the looks of things, Phoenix is going to get pulled with the Pharah small perk, which turns the concussive blast to a concussive implosion and pulls people forward. And
oh, that's going to make a big difference.
Oh yeah, going to make a ton of difference, especially in like Ilios Well. You just pull people in instead of pushing them.
Unfortunately, we're not playing on Ilios Well. We're playing on...
I believe you used the wrong word there. I think you meant to put an un prefix, unfortunately. Yeah, because
I did say unfortunately.
Oh,
sorry, I was just so...
I thought you said fortunately.
I am not speaking. I am not speaking loud enough because I'm just blown away by how much the Broncos are just dominating this right now. Clear picks up another double. One of those picks off the self-destruct. Daydream is out with the Valkyrie. This is the time we need to see it. The Valkyrie's out.
Come on.
Come on.
Go in. Do it. No, don't heal. That's not what Valkyrie, I mean, that was what Valkyrie is for. But it's not what it's for in this context. But out goes the Orbital Ray. And now with the duplicate from Maxwell onto his teammate, the barrage is going to come out. I think it's pretty safe to say that Boise State have a pretty good chance to win. I mean,
what?
Something, or win this round.
You're kidding me.
They got a pretty good chance. I mean, oh yeah, there we go. Boise State takes round 1. Whew.
Not see that coming by a long shot.
Yeah, I know.
Well, off we go to the races. Boise State. Oh man, just bringing out the most airborne composition, and yeah, just really mowing over Air Force here. Diamond Dog starting things off with that double. And this Sultai, I thought for sure, this was right when I realized, oh wait, that Mercy can pocket anybody.
I mean, we get so used to seeing the Pharah and Mercy played together that we tend to forget that Mercy can be picked for other characters as well. I mean, Personally, I haven't seen Mercy that much at all. I mean, it's mostly Brig, the Juno, the Ana, Baptiste every now and every blue moon. You see a Lucio every now and again, but most of the time what you see is the is one of those characters and not the Mercy. But it is nice to see a character that's not picked so often come out.
Well, Boise State now ready to head on into match point already. Exciting map, and really after a performance like that, it's like, can you really pick anything? I mean, you pick Kings Row. Boise State is just going to have plenty of practice on that, but I can no longer say you pick Blizzard World to surprise Boise State because they now have a lot of practice on that too.
Yeah, that's true. Now I got to think, what's a hybrid map? You know, there's one hybrid map that we have not seen yet, and I think it would be really surprising. Numbani.
No, we've seen Numbani.
We
saw it a little bit. Okay, yeah. I think we saw it a little bit earlier this season. I've seen Boise State play on Numbani.
I see.
They played it, I think, a few weeks ago. I think it was week 2 or 3 of the PEC. Probably the 1 week that you weren't here.
Probably. And, I mean, that's typically how this goes for me. But, I mean, once again, my bulletproof plan has been foiled.
Yeah, but that just tends to be the way how it goes, you know.
But, I mean,
you always have a bulletproof plan when the round starts, and then...
Yeah, everything's bulletproof until a bullet goes through it.
Write that down. That's wise words from a wise man right there.
I don't know if wise is the right word, but I do say some pretty intelligent things every now and again.
Well, Boise State just waiting for the word from Air Force on what the second stage will be. And then this could be a very close night. Oh, I just heard someone get a bullseye there. Or just the bull on the darts there. Sorry, we played darts so much in this arena, my ears just automatically tuned whenever I hear that. So someone is killing it on the darts right now.
I'm surprised there isn't a special noise for when you hit the bullseye, like a bull doing like the roar, like the roar.
Yeah, that'd be a good.
And then you add like fog machines to the side, and then it like does like steam from like a nose.
There are some people who have that complicated a setup on their machines. Meanwhile, ODoc is also setting up some heavy artillery there on top of one of the players' machines. Yeah, I think he was fighting a basic battle with geometry there that he wasn't going to win.
Got to put some beans in the bottom of that to weigh it down a little bit. But it does look like the map selection has gone through, and we are on Kings Row. Woohoo! Could be the ultimate map, or I guess what could be the ending map. I was going to say like penultimate, but I don't think there's another word that goes along with penultimate, like ultimate.
Yeah, it's a very specific word for a very specific thing.
Which is weird because like pen is a prefix that doesn't really mean anything. Because like you got Pennsylvania, Peninsula, and then you just got pen.
I don't think those are prefixes there, Bryce. Like Pennsylvania is a proper word. Like that's a proper name. It's a proper noun, excuse me.
Wait, no, I thought it would be a name because it's a...
Well, it's a prefix. It's a name that kind of serves as a prefix, but that doesn't mean... It means Penn's Woods.
So keep in mind that in the last game I said I have to make one bad joke per stream. I renounced that statement. It's one bad joke per game. I gotta say one bad joke.
I'm just more confused than anything right now.
Hey. It made you laugh, and that's what jokes should do.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, in a roundabout way, it kind of made me laugh. All right, here we go down onto Kings Row. Boise State just a hop, skip, and a jump away from winning. They'll do the smart thing and defend first as Air Force tries to bring out a ball, and already Maxwell gets a shot onto Vintage.
And on a Tracer, of all things, as well. And it looks like Diamond Dog's going to be taking her turn on the tank instead of... Clear, and Strider is back in on the Lucio.
Daydream takes out TJ Axe, and the eliminations keep piling up as Grey Raven and Keniha all eliminated. One person from Air Force tries to get a sneaky touch on the point, but Boise State quickly turns around and ends that nonsense.
Maxwell making his way back on the Widowmaker, showing that it's really good, but unfortunately the dive from Wrecking Ball was a little bit too strong during the last engagement and took him down. Everybody is just kind of waiting for the right opportunity. When are they going to strike? From the looks of things, Air Force is going to be the one to make the first move with the Wrecking Ball. Out comes Diamond Dog on the high ground, looking to make a dive and manages to get onto the Zen. And unfortunately, Brig doesn't get there in time. Kenya leading to his teammate's death with a little bit of help from Strider, who just cannot resist the dive even when he's not playing Wrecking Ball.
Oh, that poor Torb as well. Strider gets the final hit onto him. Actually, Strider's back in, excuse me.
Yeah,
he was out for a little bit, but now he's back in on the Lucio of all heroes.
And also, Clear is on the Moira as well.
Oh my goodness.
A lot of excitement.
Yeah, a lot of excitement from the stage as Clear picks up a double, one of them with the orb as well. I haven't seen an orb pick up an elimination since the last time I solo queued. So.
Solo queuing is Moira. That is not something you see very often, and then honestly, Moira in this setting you don't see super often either. Maxwell managing to get a kill on the turret and dives the Zen, and Grey Raven goes down before Kenya even knows what hit him. Maxwell dives in for that as well, finding another pick on to TJ, and Vintage Knight doesn't have it in him. And it looks like Boise State is going to have yet another teamfight win with almost 4 ults on the board. Strider with the beat drop, Daydream with the high noon, and Diamond Dog coming close to Primal Rage. It's moments like these when you wish that the April Fool's update, where if you drop the beat on someone's head, it would kill them instantly. It would be a lot more fun. Whoa. Like it comes out, pushes Torbjorn right back in, but it's not enough. Dies before he can get to safety. Grey Raven also falls in the process.
They're emoting right in front of that spawn door as well.
The disrespect. Kenya trying to make a little bit of space on the bridge, which you don't see super often, but the minefield does come out of Phoenix. Wait a sec, Phoenix was playing support in the last round, and now he's playing tank. And from the looks of things, it's working out for him. Manages to get Strider on his own hero of all things, too.
But doesn't matter.
Oh, Pulse Bomb comes out, Hate Crimes the light pole, and we see Vintage Knight go down soon after. Looks like Phoenix trying to stay alive just a little bit longer, and it's just not going to be quite enough to get this point. Point ticks right back down to where it started, and Air Force is right back to square one.
Sitting on this Deadeye, Daydream, the only Bronco with an ultimate. First from Air Force spot out, the Molten Core. They also have Transcendence and the Rally, but not using both them. Instead, the Deadeye comes out. Can they get one? They sure can. Daydream, she lands the hit onto TJX, but the other eliminations come through from Air Force. Just too many ults spent by the Airmen. And unless Diamond Dog can hold it right now, we're going to keep on moving.
Comes out just a little bit too late. Manages to get Kenya. Grey Raven is almost down, though, and there he goes. It is just Moira left on the point. He doesn't quite clear it. 2 ticks on the point, but for the rest of his team coming back, that's all they need. Maxwell trying to find the kill onto Phoenix. Doesn't quite find it. It is just Torbjorn left. Out comes the Pulse Bomb. Doesn't quite find the kill, but at 50 health, he's got to be careful. TJ goes down to Daydream. Overtime still ticking down. Phoenix manages to get the minefield, trying to keep them in this fight. Manages to stick out a little bit longer for Kenya to get back, but he is pushed off the point. Boise State holds at point 1 after a thrilling final fight.
And they were cheering on Clear there on the Moira with that Coalescence trying to just stall in any way he could. Man, they managed to find a Moira stall to allow the Wrecking Ball to get back to point. Boise State, I thought for sure Air Force had the payload.
You know, they say that you just have to get your one when it comes to Overwatch. You just have to get the one kill and call it good. It leaves your team even. But, you know, taking out 2 of the most important players on a team, both of the support players, that is the best outcome you could ask for, especially when you're waiting for those characters to come back that are a little bit quicker. And it's just absolute cinema. You can't see it, but I got my hands up. Absolute cinema.
Well,
but we move in. Swamping sides. Can Boise State recreate the magic?
Not even going to see a payload.
We're not going to see the payload, unfortunately.
It's a very quick night here on Kings Row. Boise State, I mean, really, since they don't even need to unlock the payload, they just need to get, I think, a little more than 2 ticks, and that's really, in all practice, just one team fight one, and Boise State has the match.
Yeah, I believe it was like 2.5 ticks. It was getting close to there. If they were just a second later, we might still be commentating over that first attacking round.
I mean, we could talk strategy right now, but it's clear with who's on what roles. The Boise State's just in a casual, have fun mood.
It's clear. On the Moira.
That is true. That is a very good, thank you for pointing that out.
Actually,
Not
is
really,
he?
but-
Oh, yeah, he's still on the Moira. And it'll be Daydream on the Widowmaker instead of Maxwell. He's been relegated to Tracer duty here. Strider on the Zenyatta unfortunately goes down to a Vintage Knight Phoenix dive with a little bit of help from Grey Raven. Daydream, though, looking for
just waiting.
her pick, but it looks like Phoenix is going to shut that down. He's like, nope, you do not play Widowmaker into Wrecking Ball. That's just not what you do.
Although Daydream is... Okay, no, Daydream is swapping over to the Cassidy. First elimination clear with the orb onto Grey Raven.
Oh.
Kenny on TJX follow, and that is just about everybody from Air Force save for Phoenix. They'll focus him down, and that should be a fight won. Boise State has plenty of time to emote, to celebrate.
Monkey on the phone.
And that'll do it.
Oh, Vintage Knight almost made it, too.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Would they get the elimination in just this little bit of time?
No, they don't get it.
Oh, that would have been the ultimate.
That would have been the ultimate disrespect.
That would have been.
But who get? Oh, it goes
It's
to clear.
Well, you know what? It was that stall that
It was
prevented the
earned.
payload from being claimed. So,
Wasn't-
but we're not even going to see this stall. We're just going to see another time when the Coalescence got a bunch of people.
And a bunch of people needed to get there, and honestly, that was the best case scenario for Moira gameplay that we've seen in a while. But congratulations to the Boise State Broncos for a great 2-0 victory.
A game of all time, to be sure.
The dogfight composition really came out and shined there.
Really true. I mean, you could tell from the first moment. Oh, and okay, yep, we're going to see.
Oh.
There we go again.
The Boogie Bomb goes out once again, and we might need to see a little bit more movement. I think Epic Games nerfed the Boogie Bomb, but it does look like it got a few more people this time.
Yeah, it actually did. There was better coverage on this too, so we might now know the proper way to do this. Saturday Night Fever, this isn't.
Yeah.
But there we go. Boise State with a win and 2 down in the pocket, 2 wins to add to their record. Looking great in the Mountain West and in the PEC as well in terms of their overall win-loss record. So we're going to take a short break, be back with Maxo, it seems like. I think Doc called out. We're going to have a player up here for a post-game interview. So don't go away. We'll be back with that right after this. Either one could be
To strike. From the looks of things, Air Force is going to be the one to make the first move with the Wrecking Ball. Out comes Diamond Dog on the high ground, looking to make a dive and manages to get onto the Zen. And unfortunately, Brig doesn't get there in time. Kenya leading to his...
Daydream is swapping over to the Cassidy. First elimination clear with the orb onto Grey Raven.
Oh.
Kenny on TJX follow, and that is just about everybody from Air Force save for Phoenix. They'll focus him down, and that should be...
I mean, that was what Valkyrie is for. But it's not what it's for in this context. But out goes the Orbital Ray, and now with the duplicate from Maxwell onto his teammate, the Barrage is going to come out. I think either Maxwell managing to get a kill on the turret and dives the Zen, and Grey Raven goes down before Kenya even knows what hit him. Maxwell dives in for that as well, finding another pick on to TJ and Vintage Knight.
Welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena. You just watched Boise State pick up 2 wins in 2 different leagues, the PEC and the Mountain West. Either way, a great day for the Broncos, and we're going to close things out here tonight by getting one of the players up on stage to talk about everything that just happened today. We've got Maxwell joining us. Boise State, triple threat DPS. I mean, I just got to say, very scary watching you on heroes like the Soj. We'll get to all of that, but first I want to ask about the first fight, because Kansas, even though we were kind of expecting to win that fight, Kansas gave us a few surprises along the way, especially with a win in the first round. Take us through a little bit of that, of what was missing in the first round and how you got back on track.
I think what's missing was that I should have played Sojourn a little bit earlier, since that creates more of a better angle for us. I can move around a lot faster. And staying on Ashe was just a little bit hard to move around on, because I don't have a slide, I don't have a railgun to, save myself from a dive. So yeah, swapping to Soj helped us out a lot.
Now, we saw here especially, this seems intentional to me. Was this comp specifically chosen because you were playing against Air Force? Because every single hero you chose is an airborne one.
Yeah, we definitely chose airborne heroes to go against Air Force because, they've got planes. We got to find our own planes or something.
Well, that's fair enough, I suppose. But now the main thing I wanted to focus, though, is just it seemed like on Blizzard World is when it really started to click for you, when everything lined up. I mean, you were pulling off collaterals with your railgun shots. I mean, the perks over, I was saying during the fight, he's deadly enough with the regular railgun shots, but now he's got the overcharged overclock, which just sounds terrifying.
Yep, 150 charge. That's amazing. Yeah. I don't know. Sojourn is a lot more fun when I can almost one-shot someone with that extra 50 charge, and definitely helps me play Sojourn a lot easier.
And so, I mean, is that what you're hoping for as we're ready to get into the PEC finals, or is just your dream to play nothing but Sojourn for the grand finals?
No, I want to play some Tracer, but they kept banning Tracer, and so I think it was better that I was on Sojourn and having Claire on Tracer for now. But
yeah, we'll see what happens during the championships. Well, you're one step closer to them with a great win tonight. Thank you for joining us here tonight. Wish you the best of luck in the final week of PEC next week.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you, all of you watching. Thank you for a great Overwatch night tonight. We'll be back tomorrow. We still have got Valorant and Smash Brothers to get to. But for tonight, thank you so much for watching. We hope you have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.